You're now listening to Anonymidst.
What it do? How you living, family? So, welcome back to Anonymidst. Thank you so much for being with me in this journey. We're going to continue in the femininity series. However, the topic is going to be defining intentional relationships with family, community, and even friendships. Do they look the same? Do they look different? What do they look like, right? So, I've just come to the conclusion that men and women are going to think different. Men and women go about things in a different way sometimes. And that's not to say that we won't get along, but it's all about making the decision to love yourself first and then walking with integrity, with discipline, with accountability. And with that being said, it is always going to be great if you're impactful rather than you just getting your point across and the person not really getting what you're saying. Walking with integrity looks like, sometimes it can look like you are, you're very much trying to figure it out day by day. But once you know the decision that you want to go about, it makes it easier. Like, for example, setting boundaries. When you know your triggers, when you know yourself from within, because that is the first step, knowing yourself. You can't help anyone if you have an empty cup. You can't pour into anyone when you feel exhausted, angry, frustrated. All you're going to do is be a mirror to your situation, to another person. So you're igniting negativity, toxicity, and then you're wondering why it's coming back to you tenfold, right? You have to know yourself enough to know what you can and cannot stand. And when you come to that realization, I think that dealing with other people becomes more of a you thing. It's more of, do I want to deal with this today? Not that you're going to run from your problems, because that's not what we do. We don't run from our problems. But we set an intent. Okay, I'm going to speak. I'm going to be cordial. I'm not going over there, but I'll stay over here. And if someone is so used to you being a certain type of way, and now that you're not that way, of course they're going to be like, what's going on with you? Blase, blase. But you have to know what you set out to do. And you have to stand firm on that. You understand what I'm saying? That's with family, how you move inside of a community. Sometimes your environment is not necessarily where you want to be or who you want to look like. You understand me? You have to know who are around you. With self-reflection, you also have to be assertive of the people who are around you as well. Like if you're around a lot of people who have no purpose, or who, everyone has a purpose, but who have not been open to understanding their purpose as you are, you have to have a patience, but you also have to have assertiveness to not deal with ignorance. You understand me? So, friendships, let's get into it, because we've had a lot of things going on where the friendships are just real. A lot of betrayal. The friendships are just fake. A lot of betrayal. No accountability. I know you're not supposed to be going to this party. I know you have a test tomorrow, but you don't want to go to this party with me? You lame. Blase, blase. You can say that and be cool, but real friendships gonna hold you accountable. Don't you got a test? No, you need to go study, my boy. Hey, I want you to succeed. Have you studied today? Girl, go to the library. You want me to come with you? I don't want to be a distraction. Accountability. Inside of these type of relationships, you get further because a group of people will go further than just one. One person will get there quick, but a group of people will stay there longer. You understand me? Wisdom comes when a lot of minds are living intentionally together. That's why marriage is important. But One person can get stuff done quicker than two because you always have to communicate, the psychology of it. People get tired. That's all I'm going to say about that, because this is not the time to talk about that. However, I always want you guys to be intentional with your words, to be kind. And when you don't feel like being kind, smile. Because frowning, if you frown, you're subconsciously telling your mind that you're not okay. Okay? You have to trick yourself. Smile. Put on your makeup. Get your hair cut. Do you. On your worst days, look like $1,000, $1 billion. Not saying you should fake it. Because if you feel crappy by all means. Cry, snot, all that. Get it out. But don't let that continue and be bottled up, because then it's going to turn into anger. Then it's going to turn into bitterness. Then it's going to turn into resentment. And sometimes that is what's going to be needed so that you can talk to someone else about the feeling of anger, the root of anger, the root of bitterness, the root of envy, the root of emotions that no one seems to address. Sometimes that is your purpose. However, if you sit in anything too long, you're going to become it. You don't want to become an emotion. You can feel a feeling, but do not become an emotion. Because how would you be better? How would you add value to a friendship or a community or your family? Sometimes your family are your friends. Your die one, ride or die, them your friends. But your friends became your family because they saw you through thick and thin and didn't leave you. They rolled with you. You understand me? Let's be intentional. Let's be intentional, and let's have conversations that are for a purpose. If you do not have anything of value to say, don't react. Respond with something that is very of value in nature. Something that can impact them in a more I don't want to say positive, because some things that are good are negative, and some things that are considered bad are actually positive, because it has truth. It has, not to say some things don't have truth that are always bad, but something that can open their eyes to a new perspective. Even if they don't appreciate your opinion, or if they don't get it, you still said what you had on your heart, so you're not holding anything in. Do not hold anything in, because that becomes baggage. Bag lady, you gon' hurt your back, carrying all them bags like that. You hear me? Like, get it out. That's one thing I've learned from seeing other cultures. They'll be on the phone. You did this, and that. Talking about arguing. Hang up the phone, call you back. But, hey, I got this business deal, and I need you to take care of this, and that. What you think about it? Business at the end of the day. Feelings? Cool. Business at the end of the day. Let's be intentional about that. Let's build, not tear apart. We've done that enough. All right. I'll chit-chat with you later, child.